Hello all. Hello all. I'm the Unplayed Gamer.
Unplayed gamer!
Because all of you lovely people out there must be dying to get to know me better, I thought we'd start things off right away with my top 10 Legend of Zelda games list of all time list. That was an awkward sentence. Can I start that?
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Alright, so for this list, despite being the Unplayed Gamer, all of these games I'll actually have played and finished all the way through. Just for you guys. Because I like you. Choppy sentences. Because I like you. Because I like you.
Number 10.
For number 10, I chose The Wind Waker. I liked Wind Waker a decent amount because it had a lot of classic Zelda tropes, but I could not get into the art style. That and the fact that the sailing got incredibly tedious for me, and the temples I found to be very boring. They weren't very inspired, almost, in my opinion. But I liked it a decent enough amount to have it at number 10, and so it's at number 10 on my list. So go.
Number 9.
Okay, so my number 9 is Nintendo 64's Majora's Mask. Okay, so I only just completed this game, and it was the only Zelda game that I've ever actually contemplated quitting. I don't even know how it made number 9. Who wrote this list? So I have a definite love-hate relationship with this game.
Love.
At first, I love it for its art style and its charm, taken directly from Ocarina of Time.
Hate.
Then the 3-day cycle comes in and makes me want to find that moon's hometown and smash the
Pot.
shit out of it.
Love.
Then I love the dark tones and heartwarming messages of this game.
Hate.
Then everything I have accomplished so far to heal this broken world has to be started over all again so I can find some other place and help it so that that can be destroyed too and I start all over again. Overall, I love Majora's Mask for its deep style and charming story. What? It's deep style? For its deep story and charm, but I despise it for its 3-day cycle and lacking progress. And Georg.
Pots. Number 8.
The next game on the list is one of the excellent Capcom collaborations for Zelda games. Oracle of Seasons is a really fun title in my opinion, and it's made all the better by the passwords that connect it with its counterpart Oracle of Ages. It had really great mechanics, especially with the Rod of Seasons, which made the world seem so much bigger and more in-depth. The rod allowed you to find new paths and areas that just made the game progress really well. The only downside I found is that when you couldn't find your new way, there were so many stumps that you could use a Rod of Seasons on that sometimes you didn't know where to go and the world just got tiring.
Number 7.
As I mentioned earlier, what makes the Oracle games so good in my opinion are the passwords that connect them together. They allow you to get new items and new weapons and even new bosses in some cases. This title only just surpasses its counterpart Oracle of Seasons. I mean, the Rod of Seasons is great, but the time travel mechanic, as it is in all Zelda time travel-y fun times, is a really fun time. Alright, now from here on out, the list gets a lot tougher because of how much I love these next 6 games.
Number 6.
I was very lucky as a kid to have had this one as one of my very first games, let alone my first Zelda game. I have very fond memories of diving into this world, having no idea what to do, and just kind of going around, eventually getting to the first boss, Aquamentus, and dying every single time because I was like 4. Either way, I loved the gameplay to this game. You're thrown into a world with no idea what to do, you get the sword and you find your way. You find new items in such imaginative ways by just trying everything. You push a block, you accidentally touch something, you light stuff on fire. It was awesome. It felt amazing being able to find any item you wanted just by going around the entire map, just finding stuff. And it made the game so much easier from then on when you had a certain item. One downside I can find with this game is that some of the secrets are very well hidden. You need to be a damn game tester to find it. For the most part, it might be pretty obvious what the next four games are going to be. So, like and subscribe, or you can stay for my shining personality. To your number 5.
Number 5.
So the second Zelda game I had ever played in my life was A Link to the Past. And when I found out they were making a sequel to that, I was pretty gosh darn excited. Having just gotten a 3DS, I wanted more than just my Marios. I wanted some adventure.
Some Adventure of Link?
No, I didn't want Adventure of Link. Anyway, getting to re-explore the Hyrule that we all know and love from Link to the Past, but in 3D, was amazing. The overworld and underworld were the exact same, but with new characters and new little tweaks to the gameplay, like Ravio renting out stuff from your own house. The downside of this game is that I found it incredibly easy. Even doing the second playthrough and doing hero mode, once you get heart containers, it's not that hard anymore.
Number 4.
Back to another Capcom Zelda with Link's Awakening. This game was a big surprise for me as I had no expectations. But what I got was almost a recreation of the original Legend of Zelda for the NES, but with new story and new little tweaks that made the game feel brand new. And a lot of the tweaks stayed in the future Zelda games. The idea of the musical instruments was great. It made you want to keep playing just to see what happened next with the musical instrument. Being able to collect these musical instruments, knowing that you're going to use them to save the land, made you want to just keep going to collect more of the instruments to get to that windfish at the end. You're so curious as to what's in that little egg. It's actually a huge egg. Don't know why I said little egg. That you want to just keep going. Along with this, all the Mario enemies made the game very funny too.
Number 3.
As I said before, this was my second ever Zelda game. And it was amazing going from this simple yet great NES Legend of Zelda to this huge, colorful world with different environments and different enemies. It was incredible. This game is said to be much more linear than the first few games that came before it. And it did start a chain that won't be broken until Breath of the Wild. But you almost didn't care about that fact. Because the world was so big, you didn't think about the linearity of it. Linearity. Great. Bringing so many different Zelda staples to the series, there were a lot of items and enemies and different things that would stick for the rest of the games for the rest of the series.
Number 2.
For my second best Zelda choice, I had to pick Twilight Princess. I put off playing this game for a very long time because I had no idea what to expect and I sure as hell wasn't going to play the Wii version. Once I started playing it, however, I was instantly hooked. Even the tutorial type parts that everyone else hates, I enjoyed. I just loved the way the characters looked and were drawn and how they interacted with Link. Ugh, so good! I didn't feel like I was being put through my paces to learn the controls. I felt like I was being given the opportunity to explore a bit of this world and to interact with the people within it. I was able to see the beautiful landscapes and feel the atmosphere. You know you've been playing too much Zelda when your script says Armosphere. I feel the temples and bosses are incredibly imaginative. And the items you get in all the temples are really cool too, like the spinner or the dual claw shots that almost make you feel like Spider-Man. I love me some Spider-Man.
Number 1. No, stop. It is not called Flute of Destiny. Thank you.
You all saw this coming. Heck, you probably saw this coming when you woke up this morning and went, hey, I wonder what's on the old U-tubs. But that's just because this game is so freaking amazing. Ocarina of Time has such varied environments and characters. And the story is subtle, but just enough to make you want to come back for more. Then there's the collection and exploration sequences. There is so much extra content other than the main story. You could spend hours just collecting and trading, and you wouldn't have to touch the main story. The best part of this game has to be the satisfaction in seeing the world piece itself back together after you've destroyed the source of evil within the temple that you've just previously done. This is where I feel Majora's Mask went wrong, in that everything you accomplish is reset after the 3 days. I want to see it all pieced back together and be done. Ocarina of Time just lets you accomplish so much more and see more of the world on your own time. The only downside to Ocarina of Time? Majora's Mask. Just kidding, I'm silly. So that's it for this video. If you liked what you saw, there may or may not be more videos coming to you guys soon. So from now until next time, game over.